Money Radio, discussing the business of making and spending money.
Good day, beautiful people out there in Radio Land. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the transportation segment of Money Radio on Leadership Television. We're discussing a topic that says, should Nigerians buy air tickets in foreign currency? Should Nigerians buy air tickets in foreign currency? A few foreign airlines, notably Emirates, and of course there are a number of other airlines that are demanding that Nigerians buy their tickets using dollar. What are the implications of this? Is this something that should be done or should be allowed? Are there benefits? Are there costs? In the studio to discuss that with me is AGK, the man who has been selfish to me. You're welcome, AGK.
Thank you for having me.
And I'm your host, Case Hammond. So, AGK, we have a situation on hand now.
Yeah.
Foreign airlines are demanding that their tickets be bought in dollar.
Yeah.
Why? To start with. Why?
I think the problem started with the devaluation of Naira. We have a situation where Naira in the parallel market is about 500 and it's fluctuating between 540, 510, 555. So it doesn't have, it's above 500.
It's around 590 to be specific.
So
it's almost 600.
And now we have a situation where these airlines need their money to come in and they use it to buy things abroad. Let's understand how these airplanes work. Most of the maintenance of the aircraft is done abroad.
Agreed.
So you need money to move these airplanes to abroad for maintenance. Now they're having problems with accessing dollars in Naira. In Nigeria, after collecting Naira, they collect bulk of their money. Emirates Airlines, for example, they collect bulk of their money in Naira. And you will have to go and change it to $2 before you can move it abroad.
Yes.
So they're having problem of accessing dollars because the dollar is not even enough for Nigeria anymore. You understand that we can get our dollars from selling of oil?
Yes.
Yes, that's the problem we have. It's only when you export, you get foreign currency.
Of course, recently the central bank placed another embargo on the sale of dollar. You know, before now, they banned BDCs. They banned the sale of dollar sale to the BDCs, the Bureau de Change.
Yes.
Then recently, the amount of dollar that could be sold to the commercial banks was actually reduced. Yes.
So that is
and then they have been given, of course, the thing is actually
that is where there's the
restricted
problem
now.
of the airline.
So they are saying to the commercial banks, go source your own dollar
and sell to your customers.
and sell to your customers.
Now,
Now is that where the problem is?
That is where the problem is. The foreign airline collect in Naira and they go to the parallel market. They don't buy it at CBN price. You know, at CBN price is still 410.
Yes, it's about 416.
Okay.
CBN.
Now you have to go. You said 490, 590.
Yes.
I had an idea of 450, 550, 540. So
no, that's in the long past.
Wait, imagine a situation where you collect your airfares in Naira and you go to CBN, you can't access, of course, you know they can't access CBN dollar.
Yes.
You have to go to the bank or to the Bureau de Change and you buy at different prices. At the end of the day, you find out that you're losing a lot of money. So in order to handle that problem for them, for business sake, and for their own personal gain, they decided to bring out this idea of why not tell Nigerians if you want to travel and you have dollars, buy in dollars. Now, what are the implications? That's the next thing that we're going to say.
Before we come to the implications,
yeah,
Now, for this thing is becoming more difficult for the man outside there.
Yeah.
The demand for dollar is going to increase more and more
No, that's why you need to understand.
because
you need to-
Nigerians travel.
we need to understand it. It's not a must.
That
It's not like a rule. They are
That-
saying that if you have dollars, if you can afford dollars, buy with dollars.
that is the ticket.
Yes.
Yes.
If you can afford naira, buy with naira.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's not a standing rule yet.
Yes.
So it's not like it's binding.
Okay, it's not
It's a kind of
a-
suggestion that is optional
for now.
for now. It's not even implemented yet, but these are their demands. You know, of course, they can't make a demand in a country that is independent and just
Yes, they say before
Of
you
course, you have to go
do
through
transaction here, you must buy in foreign currency. It doesn't
So
work.
now that's the issue. They are saying they want to collect dollars for people who have dollars. But I know how these things work, and we should understand it.
It's like testing the waters,
If
right?
Nigerian government allows that, within a short while they will put it as a rule that if you're flying abroad,
You buy
buy
dollars.
and that's where we're going to have problem. So it's not even something that is obtainable in any part of the world yet.
It's not.
It's not obtainable. It's something that is difficult to implement. It's something that is against our policy. You can't come and be transacting in dollars in Nigeria. Before you know, naira will be so messed up.
Yes. And Nigerians travel a lot.
Nigerians travel a lot.
We're talking about people who the figure from last year shows that about the foreign travel was more than 1 million
Of course. Nigerians travel a lot. 1 million what?
dollars.
There is-
I mean, 1 million. Sorry, I said 1 million.
million
1 million passengers.
in,
But it was
in,
more
in
than.
a month or you can't talk about 1 million.
Okay, so we're talking about something like 12 million
Of course.
Yeah.
Nigeria, if you want to talk about traveling in Africa, Nigeria is the hub
of travel. Yes, of course.
aviation sector and everything. And you have to even understand that from Accra to London, for instance, is cheaper than from Lagos to London.
Why is that?
In fact, as a matter of fact, let me even break it down. From Lagos to London is costlier than Abuja to London
Why is that?
because we have rush in Nigeria. Now, Accra and Nigeria, you have rush in Nigeria, and you have more demand. You have-
Yes, of course.
So
They-
now, Abuja and Lagos, you have rush in Lagos.
Yes.
So they have more demand there, and the prices are higher than Abuja. So we are not talking about dollars, paying in dollars. We are going to mess the whole country up. So what I would rather say is that the foreign airlines should go and source for their dollars the way commercial banks and everybody is sourcing for their dollars.
But how?
They are not operating only in Nigeria now, for Christ's sake. We should not forget that.
Because when it comes to the issue, like you just said, the Nigerians travel a lot, and this is West Africa's hub, the hub of air travel. We're talking about Lagos,
Yes, of course.
and with that, you can see how much in dollar term would be required for Nigerians to keep up their pace of travel.
Yeah.
Now, having said that, from figures I'm getting from you, it's something like 1 million, something like in that neighborhood per month of
course.
Nigerians that travel abroad
Of course.
to and fro. So we're talking about 1 million times let's say a conservative figure, 1 million times 1,000
1,000.
times 1 million.
So,
We're talking about tens of billions here, tens of billions of dollars. So you're saying Nigerians literally are going to source tens of billions of dollars to meet their travel
if
needs.
we allow, if
We're not talking about basic travel allowance. We're just talking about the cost of ticket.
Of course.
So where is that money going to come from for the layman, for the common man out there who is just trying to travel? Of course, for people who are the upper class, we know that some of them even have businesses. That dollar is not their problem. But when it comes to middle class Nigerians, that one may not be too much of a problem. So we're talking about upper middle class. Dollar is not their problem.
Any
Lower middle class, we're talking about that problem. But then we have the people who are down there.
any angle you're looking at it from, it's not something that we should be discussing. We shouldn't be talking about using a foreign currency
In
a
a
country.
yes,
That is part of the problems of countries like Zimbabwe,
yes,
like Libya, Liberia,
yes,
where you have a situation where dollar is partly like a major transaction there.
of course.
You know their currency is nothing to be.
Yes, the
talking
local
about.
currency is just about a
So,
dollar to 250, 220, 250. So people actually, the transactions are actually done
so
in dollar.
you can't allow that. If you allow that, you mess your currency up,
Exactly.
and it's not advisable. And we have a situation where these airlines are just being greedy, uh, if I may use that word.
Okay.
Because they have businesses in Nigeria, they have staff in Nigeria, they have offices in Nigeria. You collect Naira, use it in Nigeria.
Yeah, but some of them want to buy parts.
They have other places, they are flying other parts of the world.
You make a point there.
They can get the dollar from US. They can get, if they want to service in Germany, for example, or in Belgium or anywhere, they fly there too.
Of course, like buying
Anyway,
fuel, they can buy aviation fuel here.
Yeah, so when you get to that country, use the currency and buy there. So even if we don't have it, we don't have a vision for it, can't buy here. Let's not miss it up. Because we import it too.
No, what I'm saying is for airlines, foreign airlines that are coming, take for example Emirates, that are coming to Nigeria, you can refuel with the money you have in.
You can't refuse, you can't. If the aviation fuel we are using here are imported.
No, those are the aviation, aviation fuel that is imported here.
They import it and keep it here for use.
Yes.
So leave that part. What I'm saying is that they have offices to run.
Yes.
Use the billions of naira or anything naira to run your office. If you have any transactions, if you have anything you want to do, do it. If you must move your money outside Nigeria, go to the open market and change it into dollars and move it.
So what do you think about that option issue? The issue of options. That if you have you can choose
No,
the
if
option.
anybody wants to pay in dollars, it should be a personal decision. I don't think it should be a rule. I don't think it should be a rule. It shouldn't even be discussed about being a rule. It should be a personal decision. If you feel that you don't have, after all, in Nigeria, if you don't have naira, you can use dollars in some places. But it's not something that is generally accepted from now, so that we don't kill our naira. So that is where I stand. We shouldn't allow that.
Good conversation. Let's take a short break. When we come back, we discuss more about this issue, more on the implications. Listeners, please stay tuned. Take a short break.
For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.
Money Radio, discussing the business of making and spending money.
Welcome back, viewers. You're still on to Money Radio on Leadership TV. We're discussing whether Nigerians should buy air tickets in foreign currency. And in the studio to discuss that with me is our transportation and aviation expert, an in-house person, AGK. AGK, you welcome back from that short break.
Yeah, been a good time.
Yes, so we were talking about buying air tickets in foreign currency. You are of the opinion that should not be. It's not done anywhere. It should not be done in Nigeria. Having said that, Can you what do you think would be the implication if the federal government were just to give them, okay, we give you the permission, at least do it a bit.
The implications are obvious, and we have practically mentioned them. One, we are going to start having issue of inflation, and we are going to have shortage of dollars in the circulation. Remember, dollar is not our currency.
Yes.
We only get dollars from exporting,
Crude oil.
exporting.
Mhm.
We export some things, but crude oil is the major things we
Yeah.
export. Now, when you talk about dollar, the scarce dollar in Nigeria, and you're not talking about paying air tickets in dollars, that means items that will be competing for the dollars would have increased. When you're bringing in a major part of the economy, which is traveling, Nigeria travels more than Nigeria is one of the top countries that travel around the world. Nigerians.
Yes.
In fact, all over the world, you see Nigerians everywhere. And they're
Exactly.
traveling every day.
Yes.
So it's something that will take chunk of the dollar in circulation. Whether it's from the CBN, whether it's from the commercial banks or the BDC, the dollar in circulation will be reduced, will be taking so much, and these airlines will just pack them back to their country. That's the problem. It's not as if they are going to reinvest it in Nigeria. If you pay them in dollars, believe me, when that flight is leaving, they are moving some dollars back to that country. You have a situation where you can't even control it. So it's going to lead to a lot of problems for Nigerian economy, for Nigerian finances, for Nigerian naira notes, and for Nigerians. Now we're not talking about the ordinary people who cannot afford it. That means if you have 1,500,000 naira and you're looking for dollars, if you can't get the CBN loan for 4 something, 410 or 4F16 or whatever, you're going to go to BDC or commercial bank. You'll be struggling between 510, 550, 590, 600, depending on where you get it from. At the end of the day, you will discover that you have lost a lot of money. The value of your 500,000 may not be up to anything again at the end of the day, just because you want to travel. It shouldn't be encouraged. The implications are so many. So it's not something we should look at. We should try. What are we even talking about? Go to Russia. Russia, because of the war in Ukraine, Russia and the sanctions around the world, Russia said you can only buy their oil with their currency.
Yeah.
They are even stopping you from using foreign currency to come to their country now. And you're talking about Nigeria should allow Nigerians to use foreign currency and buy something or pay for something within Nigeria. Because Russia currency is going down. They say, okay, if you want to buy oil, they know their major export is oil. If you want to buy oil, pay us in rubles, their currency. And everybody is doing that. And that alone can boost the economy, boost their currency and everything. Now, the reverse is the case in Nigeria. You're telling us that I'm coming to Nigeria to do business, but I can't collect your money, go and look for foreign money and give me. That's too bad. That's like new criminality, and we shouldn't allow that at all.
There's something I wanted to discuss with you, still on the aviation issue. Last year, according to report, local air travel increased by something in the neighborhood of 43%, according to some reports. Some say up to 100% increase. There is a local daily that said up 100%. There's another local daily that said 43%. But the general hint there is that the number of people traveling by air locally increased somewhere from around 7 to 8 million to close to 15 million. That is the general idea.
Traveling
Is that true
within Nigeria?
within Nigeria? I'm not talking about foreign travel again. This is just an addendum of what we're discussing.
It shouldn't be surprising to you.
Yes, why? Tell us why it's not surprising.
We have, if it's within Nigeria, we can understand. We have insecurity all over the country. More people travel by air now to be safe. Even with the increment in fares and everything, it's safer for you to
It's quicker. Also.
Apart from the quick, of course, we know it's very quick. We can't even compare the speed.
Yeah.
But it's safer for you to be in a plane, pay 50,000 or whatever, get to Lagos, or go to Kano or Katsina peacefully, and to be on the road and risk accident, risk kidnapping.
You know,
Risk
you mentioned it peacefully as if you love peace. It's better to be in Kaduna peacefully.
Peacefully.
As if you love
You, and of course, you say you lost money. Yes, you lost money, but you succeeded in going there peacefully. When these armed robbers, kidnapper, terrorists abduct any person on the road,
Yes, they request far more than that 50,000.
that's if the person is alive.
Yes,
There will be a situation where after paying 6 million, 10 million, they will still kill the person.
exactly.
So you can't even tell, it's understandable if they say it's increasing. And the matter to keep it increasing.
That's the question I wanted
only-
to ask you. What do you see in the
The
future?
only time that we may have a situation where we say, okay, this thing is coming down is when the security situation in the country, the insecurity becomes manageable. All over the world, there are insecurities, but there is a level you talk about managing it and people understand. If you have normal, in Nigeria, we used to have normal situation, armed robbery attack on the road. If 1 million people will travel, maybe 2, 3 will be attacked. Now, if you talk about 50 travels, you must talk about at least 30 or 20 something attacks. So the risk is too much. I wouldn't even advise anybody to go by the road. We understand that there is no money. We understand that there are things are hard and all that, but there are places you'll be going to and I will not advise you to go by the road. Risk it. Use your last card, enter the flight and go. So I wouldn't be surprised. In fact, if the report is even done with, maybe more than that. They actually do it. You know, sometimes this report is based on survey. You just gather a few opinion and you do your survey and you come out with the answer. I'm sure if you do it well, you'll see that the percentage will be higher than that. So, but it's understandable. Insecurity is the major problem. It's not as if people are enjoying the flight, or maybe they want to feel, or maybe people became richer. No, people became more afraid, and the situation is bad. So instead of risking it, they pay their money, enter the flight, and go there peacefully. And the time, we are not even talking about the time.
Yeah,
You can
the comfort.
You can go to Lagos, the comfort. You can go to Lagos, hold your meeting and come back to them.
Yes.
It's all about money. 7 o'clock flight, you reach Lagos by 8, 9, 10, you are already where you're going to. 1, 2, you finish. You enter 3, 4 flight, you come back to Abuja. Can you talk about when you are traveling by the roads? By that 3, 4, you're still heading towards the battle. And praying to God that you don't meet hold of there. That will take you to the following day. So a lot of things are happening now. We should understand when we talk about percentage. I think it's an obvious thing. It's clear enough. It's clear enough.
Yeah. That's how we want to wrap it up today on the transport segment of Money Radio. Educate, it's always nice having you around to discuss these issues.
Thank you. It's been a wonderful day, and we hope to meet next week.
Yeah,
God's willing.
yeah. It's a beautiful Friday also. I wish you a great weekend. So thanks for coming. Thanks to you, our producers there. We say thank you also to you who follow us loyally on this program. Yes, our thanks go, the biggest thanks go to you who follow us loyally in this program. Until we meet next week, Monday, for another edition of Money Radio on Leadership TV, I say to you, have a great weekend and stay safe during this weekend. Don't do anything excessive. Stay blessed also. And when you are traveling, based on the advice from AGK, it's better to spend much traveling than spending much on the boys. Until then, have a great weekend.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.